Shiny. Also, the chance of this actually working.
Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here with another video for you today. As you know, part of my Year of the Water series is that for the entire year of 2020, I can only use water attribute monsters. This is a very hard challenge. I've done marine cess, I've done paleo frogs, things like that. I've had a lot of fun doing this challenge. This deck in front of me is by far the hardest part of this challenge that I've tried to do, building Nekroz using only water monsters. So no Manju, no Senju, no Geldogra, no Herald to send off Kaleidoscope. Only water attribute monsters. In no way is this deck competitive. Like, obviously it is far worse than normal Nekroz. It's just something to have a bit of a challenge with, have a bit of fun. I might take this to some locals moving forwards, but I've already got plans for this locals. Please enjoy this deck profile. Any suggestions, obviously leave in the comments below. This is just what I sort of had on hand to build this deck. It is missing a few key pieces. I'm not going to proxy them. I'm just going to say when I would add them in. If you guys want an actual deck build of Nekroz, please watch my Countdown Clash video. I've got a link in the description for it. That shows my modern build of Nekroz using Archer Castilla as obviously a floodgate. But yeah, this is not in any way competitive. It's just something to have a bit of fun with. Can we build Nekroz only using water monsters? So to start off, guys, obviously triple Brainiac, 2 secrets, 1 ultra, just so it stacks better. Searches any Nekroz monster. Really important here, actually, because we do need to search a lot more using our Nekroz monsters rather than things like Manju and Senju. So to go with that, we've got 3 Clauseless, 3 Bird Boy. Just because, again, we're not playing Manju Senju, we need to search our ritual spells. So mandatory 3 of. It can also work as a sort of pseudo negate going first, so it is quite a good card. On top of that, 3 Trish. Like, we are depending a lot on our ritual monster removal as such, so yeah, we're going to play 3 Trish just to sort of board wipe a bit, or sorry, spot removal. 2 Valk. I was thinking between 2 and 3, but 3 I found just clogged a bit too much. 2 Valk is fine. It is really important because it's a battle fader, which lets us survive. Also, things with a side deck is quite good for. It is a 2/9 beat stick. It is probably one of the biggest ritual monsters we are playing, other than Trish and the next few options. It's just all around a good card. It's also a battle fader. That's the key thing. A lot of people forget. 1 unicorn. If this was at more than 1, we'd play it at like 2. I'm not sure I'd play it at 3, maybe at 3, and get maybe like go first build. But yeah, at the moment, 1 unicorn. Really good floodgate. We all know what that one does. 1 decisive armor. So this is, for people who don't know, like an honest. It gains 1,000 attack in damage step if you discard it. Sorry, to target a Nekroz monster. On board, it can target, destroy, and banish set cards, which is kind of okay. It's really good actually against like Oddgeist Guru. Not so good against like Spiral and Lunalight, but otherwise it's a good card. Ring is on 1-off because we can search it quite easily. I would play on Gungear. Unfortunately, I cannot find mine. I had 2 secret Gungear and I don't know where they're gone. I haven't played Nekroz. I haven't played Gungear and Nekroz for about a year, so it's probably been traded away. But if I had 2 Gungear, I might play 1 or 2 just for, again, for some spot removal, especially as there is a quick effect pop, which is probably very relevant. So yeah, if you have Gungear, guys, obviously you want to play this, but this is obviously the build we're playing today. Non-ritual monsters, we are playing triple Shurit and triple Gishki Chain. So these are the only non-ritual monsters we're playing. We're not playing, obviously, any hand traps because we can't play Ash, can't play Gamma, can't play Droll because they're not water monsters. I'm not going to play Ghost Sister in this because it doesn't really do a lot other than just gain life. It's not really got like an active effect. These 2 cards, they pretty much do a very similar thing. So Shurit and Gishki Chain, say if you were a ritual summon a monster, they can be treated as the entire entire tribute fodder. So if you want to summon a level 10 or a level 8, they can each be used as the fodder for this. So you can use this only using the Gishki Chain, which enables us to turbo out our Trishes, our Valks, anything like that really, really easily, even just the Brainiacs without Kaleidoscope. It lets us get big bodies on the board, so that's quite important. You can, if I was playing other Gishki cards, you can obviously discard this to search a Gishki spell. I don't currently have Gishkis. I want to pick them up, so there might be in the future some sort of Gishki Nekroz hybrid. But that's Gishki Chain. Sure, when it's tributed for anything, including Valk, you add a warrior type Nekroz monster. So you usually add your Brionac or your Clawless, things like that, okay? All in all, pretty much stable cards. These are all the monsters we're playing. It is 40 cards, moving on to spells. 2 Cycle, 2 Kaleidoscope, and 1 Mirror. Pretty standard Nekroz spell lineup. This summons from grave, this banishes from grave, summon from hand, this sends from extra deck to summon from hand. Pretty much just standard ritual spells. The only problem with Nekroz, for those who don't know, is you cannot use the exact monster level, the ones you're summoning, apart from Unicorn, Brionac, and Clawless. Also Gunga, I believe, but I don't know. But so you can't send like the Trish Synchro for the Trish ritual. It has to be at a different level. Moving on, other spells, free prep, so pretty much standard. Add your Brionac to add your other pieces, maybe add back a spell in grave. We do need to sort of recycle our spells because we're only running 5, that can get quite slow. 1 Rotor, so this searches the Clawless or Shuri if you need it. So this can effectively fetch you any ritual spell you need, or a tribute fodder that again fulfills the entire ritual requirement. So yeah, really important card. We obviously want to play it. We're not playing Call by the Grave. I couldn't find space in a 40 card build to play Call by the Grave. I would recommend it because obviously a 1 Ash can sort of ruin your turn. This is just, again, like the first build I've made of this deck. We might include some Call by the Graves moving forwards. The next few cards are wholly dedicated to going second. So this deck, guys, is a complete blind second build. We want to turbo out our big Trishes, our Brionac, start bouncing stuff, banishing stuff. We want to play second and maybe hopefully OTK. If not, just break their board and not let them recover with a Unicorn. So, to help us do this, we've got 3 Super Poly. Yes, we are only playing water monsters in the extra deck, so our Super Poly targets are quite interesting. You can decide this out if it's obviously not working against the deck you're playing against, but it's just there to give us a little bit of board breaking capability. Also, it is still not live. It is live going first, so it's not dead going first. You can set it almost like a pseudo trap and maybe interrupt their combo that way. So all in all, actually, it's a very nice card. Next, triple Dark Ruler No More. Again, we want to break their boards. It just negates the entire board. This against like Spiral or the Lunalight board. So Lunalight can make some insane boards. Shout out Ryan State for last night at Locals. So this is just there to combat the Apollusia, the Abyss Dweller, the Tornado Dragon, the everything they make, basically, just to get rid of it and enable us to break their board, which is really important against Spiral with Nekroz. You want to be able to remove their threats. So Dark Ruler No More, pretty good monster removal as such. 3 evenly matched, again, just board wipe. This also works against Guru and Altar, guys. Just get rid of big boards. We can't OTK if we play this, obviously, because we skip our battle phase as such. It enables us to basically break their board and play through whatever advantage they have generated. So if you do get lucky to open both of these, it is a great day against things like Spiral, unless, of course, they have the Judgment, which is a problem. If we had Lightning Storm, guys, I would play Lightning Storm, but I have not got enough money right now to spend on that. And our last 3 cards is just 3 Imperm, just the only hand drop we're running, spot negate basically in our turn, going second. Like I said, guys, there is 40 cards. Extra deck. This is the bit that was probably the most challenging, trying to find enough good water monsters to actually fit into the extra deck. So the lineup goes as follow. 1 Mr. Boy. This is actually really important for his arrows, which come up later. All in all, it's just a water boost, so we can make Trish, I believe, 3-2, which is quite nice. Decisive Armor becomes 3-5, so it can smack into Conductor if they've baited the Book of Moon. 2 Coral and Enemy. So this is basically just a monster reborn for any water monster, which includes all of your ritual monsters as long as they were originally ritual summoned. So you can bring back a Brionac from grave. It's quite nice in that way. You can bring back Shuri if you need to for, I don't know, whatever reason. You can bring back Gishki Chain to make rank 4s, which is actually quite nice. If you normal summon 1, bring back 1, or maybe use a Unicorn, you can make rank 4s. All in all, really good card. Moving on then, 1 Marbled Rock. So this has no purpose in the deck other than being a link climber sort of beat stick. So it's 2/5 base, so it's actually quite nice, and it can recycle your own enemies if you need to. Otherwise, it's just a beat stick. And like I said, there's not really a lot of good water options that are link monsters. It's either this or Shooting Code Talker, so we're going to play the Marbled Rock. These are only links we're playing in deck. Next, we are playing 1 Honor Rock, which is spot removal for pure water. Remember, again, no Nightmare Cerberus because we cannot play it because it is not water. Damn Mermaid. 1 Abyss Dweller, just again, go first. It's a rank 4. It's actually got a good effect. One Bahamut Shark to summon at one Totally Awesome. This is why you missed our boy is important, because it is the only link we are playing with 2 downward arrows. So this is actually probably never going to resolve, because you need 2 monsters to make Mr. Boy, 2 level 4s, which is either Unicorn or Gishki Chain to make this to summon the Toad, which is only 1 negate. Yeah, you can see why this deck is not competitive, can't you? Nekroz, 2 Brianak, just Kaleidoscope targets. We're playing 2 because I literally had nothing else to play. I could play like Coral Dragon or the level 3 Synchro, which I don't have, so that's in here. 1 Nekroz, just there to be a level 7 target, so this summons Clauseless and Unicorn off of Kaleidoscope. If you're playing Gunga, you can also send this for it. 1 Trish, Clauseless plus Brianak for Kaleidoscope to summon. We would play more than one. I could play more than one. I could swap out the Brianak for a Trish, but it depends how often I'm going to have both a Clauseless and a Brianak in my hands compared to just the one for the Brianak. Moving on then, the last 2 cards are some Super Poly targets. We are playing 2 Mudragon of the Swamp. This fulfills both a Super Poly target and a Kaleidoscope for Unicorn. So, actually a really nice card. It also has a relevant effect where, while this is on board, your opponent cannot target your Nekroz monsters with card effects, which is busted. I might play Instant Fusion actually, just to summon this out to protect our cards from targeting, because this is actually a really, really nice effect. The only downside is you cannot summon it back with Coral Enemy. It is a 400 attack too big. And the last one, guys, 1 Absolute Zero. It is a level 8 ritual monster, which doesn't matter at all, so I don't know why I told you that. Also, it is our Super Poly target against Heroes. Shout out to Robert. Heroes can be a problem deck for this, just because Dark Claw and things like this can be a problem. So the idea is you normal summon if you're able to, and then Super Poly into Absolute Zero. But yeah, this card actually has a relevant effect as well. If it is sent to grave for any reason, you destroy all your opponent's monsters. So it's a free Regeki. So if you need to, you can maybe tribute this with Valk. I would still keep it on board. But if it's destroyed, you wipe your opponent's board. It also gains 500 attack for every water monster on the board, not including itself. So if you put out like Unicorn plus Brianak plus this will be on 3/5, which is again quite a big boy. I don't have a side deck built for this deck currently, because I'm not probably going to play it at locals, and I really couldn't be bothered to sleeve one up. But I will talk through some of the options. So for the 2 people still watching, because why wouldn't you watch pure Nekroz only water version? The water barrier statue is actually really nice, because you can evenly match your opponent, normal summon the barrier statue, and then hopefully they cannot play through it. It also enables, again, your rank 4s. Gun gear, if you want to side it in case you're playing against something that does die to quick effect popping, is quite nice. Things like the Paleo Trap cards to make it a bit more grindy, so Canadia, Dynamiscus, maybe some spot removal. Twin Twisters, definitely, we're not playing any spot removal spells, so Mystic Mine will absolutely destroy us unless we have the evenly matched, in which case we still lose because they just keep the Mystic Mine. You can play the water level 3 hand trap, which is basically going into time shenanigans, so that's again the only hand trap we can really play, so I might side that. Gamma Seal is a good one. It is again water only as a kaiju. We're not maining it because it doesn't really do a lot, and we can't really use its level for anything because it's so high, and Valk can't use a level 8. Other than that, that is really the only options I can really think of. Maybe like I don't know, lightning storms if you have them, but if you do, main them instead. Otherwise, guys, that was our pure water Nekroz deck profile. Probably the memeiest deck I've ever tried to build. I'll probably upload some videos of this on Yugo Pro if I don't take it to locals, just because I want to see how well it can truly perform against the meta. Please like, subscribe, guys. Follow this series. It will be going out through the entire year, so as more water decks get released, I will give them a showcase on how we can build them using only water monsters. Expect some memes coming up, and again, the ultimate aim is to top a regionals or a YCS. Yeah, it's never going to happen, but that is the ultimate aim, using only water attribute monsters. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.